So we're going to learn how to, using shortcut keys, in this case Ctrl+Shift+U, move one cell up, or Ctrl+Shift+D, move the cell down. It could be any cell. So with a shortcut key I want to move this book up here and this one down, and then be able to do the reverse. So let's start with moving this cell up one. We first need the developer tab, and if you don't have that, you can get that from the options, customize ribbon, and you want to click on the developer tab. So we're going to cut this cell, Control X, going to right click here and do insert cut cells. And that's it. That's all you have to do, except we have to record the macro before we do it, so let's do that again. We're going to call it move cell up. I'm going to use Ctrl+Shift+U and press OK. We press Windows left arrow to move that over, and here's the module it created. And you'll see Excel is going to start putting code here, so you can pick any one. So we click that one. We're going to do, I'll use cut, right click, insert cut cells, and that's it. And here's the code it generated. So it basically select a cell, cut it, select the one above it, and then insert it in shift down. So for us to modify this, we don't need to select a cell because we're already selected in theory. Selection cut, we don't need to do anything. Now, so this is a problem because if I'm down here, we do have to stop the macros. So the cut is okay, but this isn't okay. So we want to select one cell above, and the way to do that, and this is I've learned from working with Excel, so we want to take the active cell, which refers to the cell A11, whatever the green active cell indicator is, and then we want to go offset, and then we give an offset of a row and a column, so we want to go up one row and on the same column, and we want to select it. And this is selecting, this is what I had done last time, so let's get rid of this. And that's really all the code we need. So we can actually press the key right now. I'm going to press a breakpoint. The way to create a breakpoint is we're going to step through this one statement at a time. So I can click here in the border, and when the code starts to execute, it's going to stop. So I'm going to press Ctrl+Shift+U, and it should move diet up one and other ideas down one. So let's do Ctrl+Shift+U. Okay, so we're going to cut that cell. I have to make this active. Okay. So we cut it, and we see the crawling ants around it. And this is wrong. We got to get rid of this. I can just select it and delete it. Press F8. It moved up one, and then we just, okay, so we're going to try to write the move cell down macro, and the shortcut key is going to be Shift D. You want to enter Shift D, press Shift D, not the control key, and we are recording. It says stop recording. It knows we need to stop, so we just have to move this up. So I'm going to do a cut, and if I click it here, it's not going to do it. I have to click there, and it'll move everything up. Insert cut cells, and there it goes. So that's the basic code. I wasn't showing the recording, but let's see what we got. So this is the code we got. We're going to have to modify this a little bit. Let's stop the recorder. And again, this statement is saying range, and you can put any cell here or even a range of cells, so it's going to say select whatever's here. So if we just execute this, you'll see pressing F8. So cell A9 is going to get selected, which you see it did happen. Now, we don't care that it's A9. We want to make this more general, so we're going to just get rid of that. Selection cut will take whatever's selected, and it's going to cut it. So if we select it like this and press F8 over here, it'll just cut those cells. So it's going to cut whatever you select. So selection means whatever selection, whatever selected. So I'm not even sure if this is going to work with multiple cells, but let's come back here, Control F9. So we're going to cut that one. Now we have to go down 2 cells in this case. And again, if I was here, if I was on A1, this is not going to work. So we have to write some code. We did it last time. Let's get rid of this. And we can reference the active cell. My alarm came up. We can reference the active cell, and we can go offset to that down 2. So we say offset, and then you give it a row. So offset, so it's going to be 2 down from this, and no columns. If I wanted to go here, 2 down, so 2 down is here. If I wanted to go here, I would say 2, 1. And then we want to, what do we want to do? We want to select it. So if I press F8, it's going to select down 2, which it did. It still has the cut. And the final thing is going to insert, shift down. And we press F8. Now, there is a problem with what we did. Let's do it a couple of times and you'll see what the problem is. So let's move this one down, Ctrl+Shift+D. Okay, so now the problem is, you see there's the cursor, the active cell was, and I wanted to leave the active cell where it was, otherwise it causes a problem. So let's go back to the code, and the way we would do that is we would go back up 1. So up is minus direction. So we'll say active cell dot offset, and then if I press the parenthesis, it'll type in the whole thing, and we're going to go up 1 cell, -1, no columns, and we're going to select it. And now if we come here and go down, Ctrl+Shift+D, you see it's better. I don't know if you noticed, but it's kind of going down. You could actually see that happening. I'm going to just add one more thing to this, and this is kind of an advanced technique. You don't have to do this. This makes it look a little cleaner. And we have something called the application screen updating, and we're going to turn that off. That means it's not going to repaint the screen while it's happening, and when we finish we turn it back on. So we type application, I press the dot, I type in S. I just typed in the S, and VBA has this autocomplete, and I can press equal. It'll select that, and I could use the arrow key actually and say true. So that'll turn it back on. And now let's try it again. Ctrl+Shift+D, and you see it's a little bit cleaner now. And if I go up, Ctrl+Shift+U, and there you have it. I do have one bonus for you. I'm working on a book on Excel shortcuts. It's at http://xl4b.com. This meant Excel for Business. And my website is expertatexcel.com, the fast way to 6 figures. And you can click this link. And of course it opens in another screen, but here's what it's going to open. And this is my book I'm working on. and take a look at it. Tell me what you think. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, and if you have any suggestions of future Excel videos you'd like to see, let me know. Take care.